Okay, welcome fans and foes, viewers and haters. It's me, Braden, your cinema simpleton, and these days Hollywood can't fool an idiot. There is a lot to talk about with The Dark Knight Rises. I really was impressed with, just the build-up with this whole movie, and, I knew it was going to be a packed theater. And me and Moses saw it last night. And we're gonna see how deep we can get into spoiler territory, because that is, the purpose of the fanboy feedback, of being able to talk about this stuff in detail, the symbolism, the atmosphere, dissecting the characters and their motives. But I think first of all, what we got to do is general reaction. Mo,
it was a very good movie. I'm very pleased with it. And just for you fans out there are going to be spoilers. So
oh yeah, there's going to be spoilers galore. Like,
yeah, so if you want to see this, you're probably best to leave now.
You can always check out my review of the movie, because I will be additionally obviously uploading a review to to do a more justice of the film. But this is more for the sake of both from a film adaptation perspective, as I usually do with the fanboy feedbacks, and the adaptation of this comic book, which is widely known. I really was, at a loss of words watching this movie as it's going along, thinking, how is Chris Nolan really going to end it? You've got a character who has got so much build-up and hype in this series alone, let alone the 70 years or 80 years or so of comic book history. His pedestal has just gotten higher and higher over the years. And The Dark Knight, 4 years ago, like you and I were talking, we really did not think that this movie was going to get made. Or at least I didn't, because I was like, how do you really go into a third movie and not, just beat a dead horse? How do you really top it and make it a memorable occasion? You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
It's like here, it is about survival.
It's also about willing to give everything.
Yeah, I think,
and to sacrifice and rise.
I think one of the things we got to do is really look at where the characters are. Bruce Wayne, when I saw this, I said to you, he's kind of the Great Gatsby kind of role here. He's this secluded billionaire.
Yeah. It's
been about 8 years since he's been in the public eye. He's, holed up in his house. It really is, like, almost dead on. Close to plagiarism to Great Gatsby, this guy who's lost the love of his life, and no, I'm not talking about Harvey Dent. Yeah, and it really is interesting, because, like, Harvey is not so much involved in this thing, which I was kind of glad. I thought that the Dark Knight was he was blown a little too out of proportion.
Yeah.
But here, I guess the main thing with Bane that I found interesting is that Bane is, okay, first of all, Venom is not introduced here.
Yeah.
Granted, he's pretty big.
Yeah.
He is huge in this. Like, I saw Warrior, and I was like, I liked the physical build they gave Tom Hardy, because I'm like, if they can really get that and put it into Batman, then, you know what? Then Bane is fine to me. Like, Bane is, like, of the realistic build to be able to, crush somebody like Batman.
Yeah.
So you got a movie where he's of, like, this, not victorious, but, like, just monumental physical structure, and able to, realistically know how to break some of these pressure points. Like, he's kind of got, like, the Vulcan death grip at one point.
Yeah.
He's, like, crushing somebody with his knee. Oh, and by the way, the breaking of the bat scene is in here. I didn't think they were going to pull it off, but dang, they did, and boy, is it awesome. Yeah. Like, it is. There's a lot of scenes here, and a lot of stuff that Chris Nolan really, Nolan has kind of developed Batman in his own world. Like, I don't know so much about how much of it he's adapted in regards to really kind of spinning his own tale of it. You know what I mean? Like, because Batman has not really been the whole superhero a la Spider-Man, or really even Punisher, kind of. Like, if you want to have, like, an equivalent to the Marvel Universe. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's been all about fighting the mob and not, fighting, like, his parents were killed by a mugger, right?
Yeah.
So, yeah, he's not really stopping, like, gang violence or patrolling the streets. He's, doing it. He's attacking an organized crime. And the thing is here, the real organized criminal interface is Bane. And you were talking, Moses, about how much you really liked Bane.
Yeah, because I'm not going to lie. When I saw Bane, like, and stuff, I thought, man, this is just going to be, like, big, buff, oh, I'm just evil type of dude. I'm just a bad guy type of dude.
Mm-hmm.
And then when the movie started, I was like, man, this guy's corny. He's like his voice and everything. But you do get used to his voice later.
Yeah, okay.
You say that he sounds like a bit like,
well, you see, Bill Cosby. Okay, we heard a little bit of it, but
yeah, we're just joking.
It was, yeah, I know. We heard a little bit of it. It wasn't until we got out of the movie. So if you are going to see it, it's not like you're going to go watch it and just be like, oh, great, now I'm going to have Bill Cosby stuck in my head. No, it is impressive, and I thought that it was a good tone of, because he is supposed to be in this kind of like pain-relieving state.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I liked how they kind of gave him the atmosphere, that his origin story, that he was kind of born in a prison. He is a bit more, his motives are kind of broken up because of plot twists that come into later in the story. And now we will talk about that later, but yeah.
The things like I liked about him was like, he is scary. The way Chris Nolan puts him.
He's got such a great presence to him.
Yeah.
It's like a horror movie, though.
Yeah, he's like very scary, he seems like a calm, unpredictable.
Yeah, I think
like, you know how Joker is like a hyper unpredictable?
Mm-hmm.
He seems like a very calm, unpredictable, and like if you cross him one day, you're done.
Yeah, it really is like he's such an enigma to him because
and he seems like very organized.
I think that
very like well calculated, and like the people he recruits in this place, like
very dedicated. Yeah. And I thought though that the great thing about this mask is that you got the eyes of Tom Hardy, and there is such life in his eyes.
Yeah.
Like that is basically the thing you're looking at the entire time.
Yeah.
That's the soul of the character, and I think Tom Hardy did a great job because it's difficult to act like that. Yeah. Like at least Christian Bale, he's got the eyes and the mouth.
Yeah.
So there's so much he can pull off. But here, it's really, it's like pulling off Darth Vader and not trying to make him like, your stock sci-fi villain.
And I like how they made the mask have a purpose.
Yeah,
when I saw it,
well, that's the kind of the thing. Like, it's the same thing with Catwoman too. Nolan is about function over fashion when it comes to making these supervillains and superheroes.
Yeah.
That he really is about trying to discover, okay, let's throw in the stuff that makes sense in this world and not just be stylish for the sake of stylish. You know what I mean? Like, that's why I liked how Catwoman, her goggles kind of like when they flipped up, they did resemble cat ears.
Yeah.
Because I was like, you know what? If you're going to do something like that, you really have to realize that you can't not have the ears, or else she's just a chick in a black costume.
Yeah.
There's the cat suit. You could say, oh yeah, she's wearing a cat suit, Catwoman, nudge, nudge. But really, Catwoman is the iconic Catwoman character is what, made that cat suit.
Yeah.
You can debate whether she is the main inspiration for it, but you know what I'm saying? Like, it really is something that you gotta treat very carefully. I think that they did a great job. What do you think of Anne Hathaway as Catwoman?
She did a very good job.
Yeah, I was really impressed because when I saw her at first, I thought they were going the whole Selena Kyle, Batman Returns, Michelle Pfeiffer take, because she was very timid at first. She was like, oh, I'm sorry for bumping into you. Oh, please don't hurt me. Oh!
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden she just drops it like, like a curtain falling. She's like, oops. And then just all of a sudden, she just nailed it.
Yeah.
Scene after scene, she just grabbed it, and she just, it was amazing. I could not have, I think for the style of Nolan's films, she fit brilliantly, and Holly Robinson, you don't know who she is, I don't think. Catwoman's sidekick, you know that blonde girl who was following her around?
Yeah.
They didn't say that was her name, but, you know, it arose by their other name. She becomes, in the comics, she later becomes, like, the next Catwoman.
Oh.
She's kind of like her sidekick, she's her Lucius Fox, I guess.
Yeah.
Because she's helping her out. You know, I was really impressed, though, with the fact that here, like, we were talking about sort of the differences between Bane and Joker.
Yeah.
Joker is more the unpredictable type. He is the more chaotic type. Bane here is much more, he's more direct. Like I was talking about, he's kind of got the same goal as Ra's al Ghul, but he's more like, you know what, what's the point in, you know, actually sitting back and doing something? He's more like, you know, a dedicated freedom fighter.
Yeah.
He's in charge of this whole like terrorist cell that is the League of Shadows basically, and he's more like, you know what, I'm going to stay here even if it means me dying. I'm going to stay in Gotham and make sure that this city gets destroyed. The thing though that with this is that I didn't really understand the motives that well. I guess that the League of Shadows has kind of changed their game a bit, but their end achievements are still kept in mind.
Yeah, like, I was like, why are you, like, with me, like, I was like, why are you trying to destroy Gotham so bad when the mob is gone, Joker is gone?
Yeah,
like, what is there to destroy? Sure, there's crime, but there's crime everywhere. Like, it's not like, it doesn't seem like it's excessive bad there, but I'm like, what are you trying to destroy? Like, what's your, like, it seems you're just destroying it just for the good of, just to destroy it.
Yeah, I think the big part was he kept on talking about Ra's al Ghul, and that there is this kind of, what do you call it? Like, it really is, you know, taking up the mantle sort of thing of realizing, okay, Ra's al Ghul is dead. I want his legacy to, his dream to come to life. So he's, and like, the other thing is the thing about vengeance too. It's about vengeance and also about seeing somebody's vision being fulfilled.
Yeah, and also no, but it seems like Ra's al Ghul, like,
who by the way does make a cameo here.
Yeah,
Liam Neeson is back.
He was in a time where Gotham was really corrupt compared to now. Yeah, like, so I was like thinking like being like it's like you're outdated in a way to say that it's so bad and you destroy it.
Yeah, I understand that because like the thing is that like, he is talking about corruption here. Like that was the big thing with Batman Begins that they don't necessarily bring into. Like I guess that if you want to understand Bane's motives, you really do have to watch Batman Begins. Like, and that is sort of the thing. Like, Gotham is a lot less seedy because, you know, the Harvey Dent Act has become enforced. That because of Harvey Dent, the mob is much more, much less powerful, and that, you know, the whole Gotham City has become much more prosperous and has become, you know, a lot less corrupted. You know, a lot of what Bane's trying to do is get rid of the corruption, but they didn't necessarily bring that aspect here. So I think you really do have to watch Batman Begins to understand what he's really about, as opposed to, you know, just like your straight up insane homicidal villain.